Hello everyone, and welcome back to Farming Simulator 19. Today, we are finishing up the unloading of our wheat. We will probably feed our chickens some more. We need to just sort of tend this field. I personally need to figure out the deal with weeds. We need to probably fertilize. I don't know if you picked that up on camera, but my phone just fell and made a loud sound. And okay, we got this. I can start driving. And if we have time, which I think we will, we need to try planting some trees so that we can get into some forestry. Now, before I feed the chickens, we need to check our fertilizer state so we don't miss it. We should be fine. So we have no, weed would be here. So we need to weed this, and we need one more fertilizer state. So let's do that first, so we can drive and put this over here. How much was like a shed or something to make this a little nicer? Not expensive, 9,000. But where would we put it? We could put it... Do we even own this part of the land? No, we don't own this area. We could put it on the south side of our field, or like right here, facing the field. We probably won't right now just because we don't have money, but 9,000 is probably worth it just to get a little... Wait, I wanted this tractor. Just to get a little cleanliness, because it bothers me when things are just out and about. All willy-nilly like this. I don't like clutter. So yeah, I think that's something we're going to look into. How much was the slightly larger one? So this is a 1, 2, 3, 4 stall. This wouldn't even fit on our land anyway, so yeah. Maybe today we'll... I think the biggest priority today is planting trees. I really want to get those planted. That way they can at least start growing. Also, we can cover more than this, so let's back this up. But if we have time, we might look into a shed, just a cheap shed. Oh, wrong button. But for now, let's get this fertilized. This doesn't take too long. We can see we only need probably 2 passes. I think this is 12 meters total. Just a quick note. If you are watching this Let's Play concurrently with me releasing them, okay. So I will not... I'm recording this before the previous episode gets posted, because the wife and I are going on a mini vacation. It will be safe. It will be isolated and socially distanced. We will only be seeing and hanging out with each other in these times, which is fine, which will be great. But we are going to go out of the state and just enjoy being away from the house for a little bit before I have to go back to work next week. So I'm trying to pre-record this episode. I'm only going to have time to pre-record 1 episode. Alright, so weed. Again, we're going to leave that like little middle strip. Actually, that middle strip, I think, is on a second growth stage. Let me check. Growing. Yeah. So... Okay, so we can actually weed that first and figure this out, but I didn't have to re-weed I think you only have to weed once. right? Because here's that strip. And then if we go here, it says weed. Now we have to figure out, is it going to weed with this machine or do we need herbicide? Because you can even see the weeds are super tall. Okay. So now we learned that we need to get the weeds in the first growth stage. Because you can see on the right side where they're super long, they're staying. On the left side where they're super short, they are not. So if we wanted to, we could get herbicide and actually spray these weeds and get rid of them. We're not going to, because that would be a lot of money and we would only get a little bit more yield on this one tiny strip. Again, this was just a test strip to see kind of how it works. And I think we are figuring it out, or I am at least. Again, most of you probably already know the answers to the questions I am pondering. Okay, but that's good to know. And it looks like we didn't have to weed again this bottom part. So, oh, I missed a few. That's okay. Because I'm trying to figure this out. We're in our first growth stage here on the left, and on the right, I think we're still, or I guess this would be the second growth stage right here. And this growth, right? Growth stage 1 is where there's no plants. Like there's no plants here except for weeds. And growth stage 2 would be, you can see some plants, but and then growth stage 3 we don't have yet. So we can get the weeds in either growth stage 1 or 2. No, I think it has to be. And why are these so tall? Or maybe it's not based on growth stage, I guess. It just must be based on time. Because that's all, okay. Right, these are all the same growth stage. Yes, the second. So lightest green is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I think when all is said and done, we just need to get the weeds once before sort of the end of the second growth stage when they're super tall and flowery, and we'll be good. So hopefully this will take care of it. All I have to worry about now is a second fertilizer state, and that's it for crops. Lime every 3 harvests. Okay, simple. We got it figured out. Don't have to experiment anymore unless things go not according to plan, and then we'll have to figure it out, but we should be good. So anyway, I'm pre-recording this episode. It'll go on Tuesday, and then there won't be another one up until either Friday or Saturday, depending on when I can record once we get back. So next week will be light, but then we should be back to normal. Whew. There we go. Speaking of growth stages, now we're on 2 here. We can see 3 there. While we're doing it, let's just check. Yeah, we're good. And then we can just fertilize the second half here once we're done weeding, and then we can feed our chickens and and plant some trees. Let's just do one pass here, even if it doesn't get all of it. So the point of all that, if I didn't say it, because I might have gotten lost in thought dealing with weeds, is that this episode will have will not reflect any comments or feedback from the previous episode, because again, this is getting recorded before the previous episode. But the next episode will I will make sure to catch up on comments from this episode and last episode for next episode. Boom, we did it. I think everything is clear now. Crystal clear. So we can move this tractor, or we can put this weeder away down here. Hopefully that doesn't block traffic. And go do a quick spray. Yeah, one reason I really want to try forestry or get into it is we just anything we can find or anything we can start doing to make money will really help. Because right now it almost feels stagnant because we just don't have a lot of diversity of industry. So right now it feels like it's going to take forever to get to $1 million, and it will take a long time. Like I kind of planned on that, I think, when I started the series, which is fine. Like that's what this game is. You work and make money. It's kind of like life. You work for a long time and make money slowly but surely over time. But the longer we play, the quicker we will start to make money, because all of a sudden we'll have chickens, which will make money. Then we can hopefully get forestry, and that'll make money. And it's not like when we add a new industry, we're going to start making less on another industry. We just accumulate. So I want to get into as many industries as possible. And forestry is fairly cheap, especially if we can just get a lot of trees planted. Then basically it just comes down to the time it takes to chop them down and take them to the lumber yard or wherever you take them in this map. Let's see. Where do you sell lumber? I know we have wood chips, and then that should be like silage. Straw hay, or is this? No, this is silage. Oh yeah, straw, hay, grass. One of these symbols used to be clearer. Maybe grass, straw, hay. I'd have to check the help. This help section will tell you. I just don't want to do it right now. But I cannot find lumber. But we'll figure it out when we actually have something to sell. Fertilizer, we definitely need to fill this up. Oh, that's another thing I thought we could do. Probably not this episode. But we could, and probably should, buy this cheap trailer. This first one. Knock down the rails there. Right? Oh, you can upgrade this. That's pretty cool. That's good to know, actually. But I don't think we have this one. We have this one. It should say owned. Yeah, we have this one. And you can't upgrade that. Anyway, this will be 8,000. And then we can use this not only for forestry, but we can put pallets on it. I can start driving to our chickens as I talk. But we can use it for pallets, so when we can just load it with a bunch of fertilizer, lime, seed, bring it back to our farm, and then when we need to fill things up, we don't have to take it to the shop every time. We would just have to take one big trip to the shop. So something to consider for the future, probably the near future. For now, let's see. They're going to take it all. Not quite. And so now we have to figure out, do we want to sell the rest? I mean, there's only 600. No, we don't, because we planted wheat. We have wheat planted. Yeah. So we have wheat. So we'll just wait. And then whatever we reap from our field, we can sell and just make a profit, which will be really nice. For now, I want to pick that back up, get rid of this, and plant some saplings. I'm going to slow down time just so it doesn't get dark before the end of this episode. because our field's good, right? We have it weeded, we have it fertilized twice. So at this point now we can just wait till it's harvestable. So what I'll probably do is try to keep it light for the remainder of this video, and then I can speed up time to morning before the next video, and then it should be harvestable, and then we can harvest next episode. That way we don't have to just sort of sit and wait for that. But for now, let's try our hand at forestry. So I think we all we need is to lease one of these. By the way, leasing is so awesome. I don't think leasing came into effect until 17, Farming Sim 17. And I actually may be wrong. It may have just been new in this one. I don't quite remember, but I know it was not in 13 or 15. So the only way to use a vehicle in those games was to buy it. So you couldn't even start industries until you had tons of money to do it. It was insane. So a very, very awesome addition is being able to just quickly buy lease something for a little bit. Anyway, I want just a small loan because we need the lease. I want to make sure I'm right. Yeah, good. Lease that. And then we need a pallet of saplings. So there's 2 saplings. There's the just normal like pine tree one. Then there's poplar. Make sure, well, it depends what you want. Poplar is going to be for the, I lost the word. I know you're all screaming at the screen. What is it? Forage Harvester. The Forage Harvester will take the poplar trees. If you have the right header, I might as well show it if I can find it. So there it is. So yeah, Forage Harvesters will do corn and turn it into chaff, or if you get the correct header, it will take poplars, and it basically harvests the poplar trees and turns it into wood chips, I think, but don't quote me on that because it's been a long time since I've done poplars. Pretty sure I have a tutorial about it somewhere. Well, it's on YouTube somewhere. But for now, we don't want poplar, we just want pine trees, and these are the ones you use to do forestry. Chop down and sell for wood or turn into wood chips, whatever. I guess we can lease. It's weird it says you can lease this, even though you can't. So this will be 20 trees, so let's start with that, because I don't think we can load more than 1 pallet. I'm going to turn this time way down. I don't want it to get darker than this. I think you can only load 1 pallet in a vehicle. So if we back it up, we should be able to... Yeah, R, refill. Okay. Now, it says turn on higher, lower. I thought... Okay, before I loaded it, it said create fields, which I thought is what we wanted to do. Because we're basically need to figure out if we need to plant them in a field or if we can plant them just anywhere on our land. And I did have a comment from someone who said if you hit create field, you can plant them wherever you want, which would be ideal. Also, do I have withering on? I feel like these should be withered. And withering should be on. Plant withering on. It just takes a long time, which is good. I usually play with withering off, so I didn't quite remember that it took this long. So anyway, I think if we just drive, it'd be kind of nice if we planted them along this path here, if we can. Yeah, like this. So I'm going to lower, turn on. That's so weird. Turn off. Turn. So I lowered it. I turned it on. Now we're going to drive. And it should, so you can see one is planted. And if you just drive, it should space them appropriately. Maybe? Yeah, there's the second one. I probably should have got the bigger tractor for this. Because, yeah, we're like stuck. Oh, that's why. Oh boy. I was just digging into the dirt with the front. Turn off. Lift. Should be good. Yep, there's 17. Yeah, I definitely should have got the Vultra. But now we're booking. But yeah, all you have to do is just put it on cruise control and just drive. It'll plant them, space them. You don't have to think about any of that. We're going to do one more and then turn around. And I want to be about this far, and I want it to start here. So now when you lower, turn it on, and start driving, it'll plant it right away, and then it'll start spacing it. It's also really good to know we can plant these wherever, which means we can actually use that field if we want. I'm not sure yet what I want to do. Ideally, we would buy land and move our chickens and everything, and then turn this back into a field. I think what I did was really dumb. Let me plant one more. Okay. Yeah, I kind of wish I wouldn't have done what I did. I didn't realize it was going to create a huge cliff. I didn't realize it was going to be so expensive. But yeah, well, that's all future stuff. I think we will just do one pallet, because 20 trees should be good. I also don't know how long they take, so it might be good to do it one pallet now, let them get to like half of a tree. Once they're all like half trees, lease this again, plant another pallet, and then kind of have like a two different, like, I don't know, I literally don't know what word I'm looking for. But have one set of trees that is twice as old as the other set, and then just cycle between them. If forestry is even going to be worth the money, I don't know. But for now, we are going to return this. So basically we spent about $2,500-ish. I assume that if we let those grow and we chop them all down and sell all the wood that we're going to get from them, I think we're going to make way more money than that. So that investment should pay off. The ROI, the return on investment for that should be huge. It's just going to take time now, but at least we've started it. And now I think we are ready to just get through the night. We'll let this field grow, and then in the next episode it should be morning. This should be harvestable, and we'll keep on farming. So thanks for watching. That'll be the episode. Comment below, like and subscribe, and of course have yourselves a very nice day.